Hey everyone, welcome back. So I am still working on cleaning up my old teacher materials from this past school year before I can start moving into the new teacher materials and planners and all that stuff. So this is my teacher planner from last year, and we're gonna go through, we're gonna get rid of the things that we don't need to keep anymore, change out the cover to archive my planner, and get it put away before I can start formatting my new planner for this current school year coming up. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so this is one of the neoprene folios from Erin Condren. I like it. It's got a zipper, goes all the way around, keeps everything nice and snug. So let's see what we have in here. So opening it up, I have all of the stickers that were left over that I used in my teacher planner. So I'll put that aside and see if there's anything I can keep, I can use again, and then probably put it in my leftovers bin. Okay, so what else do we have in here? I have, let's see, my NEA cards. Those can be put aside for next year, and a few of my tool pens and mechanical pencil. So we take those out. All right. These folios do have some more pockets here. I don't really like to load them all up because the folio gets real bumpy and bulky. All right, so let's pull out my planner from this year. By the end of the year, it gets heavy. You hear that? All right, it is super heavy. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this cover. Okay, and each year when I buy my teacher planner, I always format a cover that's going to be the last cover that's going to go on it that has the school and the year on it. Okay, so get this put in here. All right. Okay, I have the front cover. And I will end up I'll use this May cover again. But right now we just need to put its final cover on there. So I do keep my teacher planners because I refer to them each year. Sometimes it's meeting notes, sometimes it's how we ran a certain event from the previous year, sometimes it's lesson plans, scope and sequence, old passwords, websites, whatever it is, because this was like my brain during the school year. So if I need to refer to that next year, I do keep the previous year with me. So we have our cover, and this is how it's gonna look when it goes on the shelf and it gets to be retired. All right, so let's go through this and see what I need to keep, see what I need to get rid of. Before I turned on the camera, I did go through and I whited out any sensitive information on my monthly spreads so that I could show you what the planner looks like once it's been used. It's full of stuff, and so I'll go through how I use those pages. Okay, so in the front we had my name, and then I had all of my schedules in here and trainings. I didn't really use this information. So then the next page, I'm going to cover up, that was some of my website passwords, Kahoot, things like that. I didn't use this page here. This was the school calendar. So this I like to do at the beginning of every school year, but I don't follow up with it as the school year goes. So as things change or more things get added, I don't follow up with it. I just like to get it as a beginning of the year layout of what the school year is looking like, what my training days are, when report cards come out, holidays, things like that. So that was there. And then this page, let me get this cord out of the way. This page was where I tracked, okay. This is where I tracked my goals, my SMART goals for the year that we worked on with the students. Once we hit April and they finished this goal, we did do one more in June, but you see how this is goal 5 was Greece. It was the same exact goal, but we switched it for Rome, so there was no point in rewriting it down here. But I absolutely love how this page turned out. I'm probably going to do something similar in next year's teacher planner to make sure I'm tracking what those goals were. Okay, this, if anybody's wondering, this is all Simply Gilded Washi, Coffee Monsters Co. Sticker here, and then these are the monthly stickers that I made. All right, so the next page on the graph, on this page, I made like a tracker of COVID letters being sent out and things like that to track that, but I'm not going to show that on camera. Then we had our updated schedule when the students finally got to have lockers again, so we made a new schedule, so I put that in there. The next few graph pages, I had my classroom map. I really like doing it this way. I got this idea from Taylor over at Tattoo Teacher Plans. Go ahead and check out her channel. She does some amazing things with her teacher planner. And she, in one of her videos, showed how she did her classroom map with sticky notes so that she could move them around as far as where her furniture placement would go. And so I completely borrowed this from her, and I love how that worked out for me this year. Here was just some extra sticky notes that I was planning on using for like groupings and things. And then I put in the directions for how to teach the kids how to do their locker combinations, because 6th graders, they have a really hard time with this. And I wanted to make sure I didn't lose these directions again, because it took me forever to find them this year. Okay, so then we get into the monthly pages. Like I said, I went ahead and whited out any personal information or like student names, things like that. So I'll go ahead and do a flip through of my months, and then we'll talk about how I did the lesson planning. I'm not going to go through the notes pages in between the months, because all of that has meeting notes and sensitive information that I'm not comfortable sharing on camera. All right, so that was like a walkthrough of like all of my months, or quick flip through rather. When you see this one, there is a video in my playlist where I went through how I use my monthly, what I use it for, and then also how I plan my weekly pages in the lesson planner. So go ahead and check that out, and I will try to put a card right up here somewhere and see so that that's linked there. But really this helps me next year when I go back and I look through, you know, when we had our early release days and report card dates and just things that sometimes you don't really realize you need to reference. I like to have my brain down on paper. Okay, so going through that, let's see what we have next. All right, so the last section of my lesson planner, they do usually come with like July. I tear all of that out, so July isn't in here anymore. And I do the last week of school, like where I'm not doing lesson plans, I tear all of that out too. These planners get really thick and heavy as it is, so I get rid of any unnecessary pages. Okay, let's see what else we need to do here. So like I said, I get rid of any unnecessary pages, and there's no point in keeping this page in here. And then these calendars are gonna be moved to my pile of stuff that I need for next year. All of these checklists here, I don't really use them. Because you saw in a previous video, if you watched that I do use this checklist book as my grade book. So I don't keep that in the lesson planner. I kept it in this one this year because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of these pages because there is no point in saving them in the planner. All right, got that. And I will probably cut the edges off of this and put these up for anybody who wants them on like one of the BST pages or something. Okay, so the next is the folder. In the folder, let's see what we have in here. So there is that bag of stickers that I had from last year. So that's all the leftovers. So here are more leftover stickers, I believe, from that. Okay, so that can go in this bag. And then I will do that leftover cleanup at another time. Ah, they're falling down. All right, so this was a login sheet I made for the kids that they kept in their binder, and they put all their personal information. So this was very generic with just examples of how to do it. So they're not going to need that anymore this year. We now have a ClassLink thing that's going to save all their stuff, so we can get rid of that. Okay, and then next I had my old calendars from this school year. I don't need these anymore because that year is over. I can get rid of that. The next thing I like to keep in the back is my syllabus that goes home with the kids. So I'm actually going to keep this for next year because my one for next year is already written, but I always like to keep a record of that. All right, so the only other trick I want to show you is usually in the 8.5 by 11 teacher planners, you can choose how many of these pages you want in here, but I always want a few more. So this is what I did. These are from previous years. And so what I did was I snipped them and then I stuck it into the coil, just like I do an interchangeable cover, and they never fell out. It was very durable. You saw me flipping those things back and forth. Like, they did not have any trouble with that. The new planners that are 7 by 9, unfortunately, don't have these options. So, so like this one here, yep, that one was cut and put in there. Let's see, how many of these did I add? And this one, nope, this one came with the planner. That one came with the planner. That one was cut and put in. So I added 3 extra this year for 4, for a total of 5. I added 3 extra this year in the back. This is one of the things that I will miss moving into the 7 by 9 planner because I use these so much, but I will come up with another system of something. So that is the end of the teacher planner as far as what I'm going to do to put it away. This is going to go get put on my shelf for all of my planners for the past few years. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your summer and a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.